You probably haven't seen my ruckus yet. I've got a couple of videos that will at some point be up. But I traded that off for a super clean CRX SI. Pretty low miles for the age, 233,000. Got the roll bar, harnesses. I've wanted a CRX for a really long time. I'm sure you tuned in. This even has the factory formats. Look at that, it's so good. I'm sure you tuned in when I was looking for a project car. I really wanted a CRX, but nobody wanted to get back a hold of me about one. So I ended up with this one, which is obviously still a project. I'm putting together my engine for my Integra right now. I'm almost done with that. Once I'm done with that, I'm getting back on track with the EK build. I traded the Ruckus for the CRX, which means your boy had to get a mini bike. So I picked up this 22 Grom. It's been about a week. It's been raining here nonstop. I've only gotten to ride this one day, and it was yesterday. Super fun. Compared to the Ruckus, it's pretty underpowered, but my Ruckus was 172 cc's and this is 125, so there's a pretty big difference there. Today, I am going to be installing an LED light kit, because what's a Honda without Underglow? You know what I'm saying? I picked this up, I think it was like 40 bucks on Amazon. I'll drop a link below. I'm not going to go through a whole lot of stuff. I'll show you how to take these fairings apart. On the 22 to 24, I think, has the same fairing set. I'm not sure about that, but I know the 25s do not have the... At least they don't look exactly the same. They might be the same. This looks pretty good. Every one of these strips plugs in to the module, and it's just 3M tape, so you just pretty much stick it where you want it and go from there. So there's 3 Allen bolts right here, here, and here. You cannot miss them. They're huge and they're circled in silver. Every other video I've seen online, they want you to take out these 2 Phillips right here on the inside, but I'm just going to push in these clips. I'm going to push one in and pop it out so I can show you what it looks like. There's a little circle inside a big circle. You take some sort of tool, you push the little circle all the way through and it'll snap. Right, so there's that, and then you can get behind it and pull it out. And it looks like this. To reset this, you push it back and you pull it through, and you'll stick this in the hole and you snap this down till it's flush. That's how these work. They're not any more complicated than that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Alright, once those 3 are out, I'm going to come to the back here and pop this straight out. Okay, and then right in here, you're going to just kind of pull out and up, and it'll pop off. That's your whole fairing. Good to go. Put this to the side. I've not ever taken this one off, but it looks like it's just the 3 bolts. I'm going to go ahead and pull it so we can learn together on this one. I do like that these all plug into the main module, I guess I'm going to call it, the brain for the lights. If you stick any of these on the inside of the fairings, you can just unplug it from the main thing and run the wire out, and then you don't have to worry about cutting anything or doing anything weird. But yeah, this was just the 3 bolts. Alright, well, with how they designed this being a 2-zone, and I don't know why on these small ones it's only an inlet. Everything else has an in and an out, so you can daisy chain them. I don't like that design because I was going to use 2 small ones. I did put one right there. I was gonna put the other one up front, right across here, but because it's a closed loop on those, I can only close the loop with them, so I don't like that. Other than that, I'll show you where I ran these. And I've had these for about a year-ish, maybe a little less. But the 3M tape that's on here is not, it's like oily or something. When I took the backing off, it's kind of oily. So I did a couple strips of Gorilla Tape just to kind of hold it up. I know it's ghetto, but you're never going to see it. I don't really give a shit. It does work. There's a kill switch up here. You can turn it on, and I have it set for purple, so it blinks a couple times and then it goes to purple. I put it in the places that I did so it'll glow kind of from behind the fairing and onto the engine, and it should look pretty cool. I haven't tested it with the fairings back on. I'm getting ready to do that now, and it's starting to get dark, so this will be a really cool test, I guess, for when it gets dark. I mounted my kill switch right here. It's kind of ugly. I may redo it somewhere else later, but I've got the wire tucked underneath. Everything's going back to the battery area, and I may use this positive with one of those mini fuses that just kind of replaces a fuse, and that way it only turns on when the bike's on and doesn't drain the battery. This kill switch, it said, still can drain the battery after a while, so that's kind of like whatever for me. All I know is I killed my Ruckus battery when I did an LED light kit, because you just can't see it in the daytime, and I had it on, I guess, all the time, and I didn't realize it. So I may get one of those fuses just to be safe. That way I can just leave it on, and I don't even have to run this kill switch if I do that. And I may do that just to clean up the bars again. I just haven't decided yet. Okay, so I got the bike. I ended up going to O'Reilly's and getting that fuse piece. Oh, I could have done this in the daylight earlier. That would have been good. This doesn't close the fuse lid, but this right here is what you're looking at. It's this guy. So it's a fuse. It's got two fuse slots. You put fuses in both of those, and then you replace the fuse you took out of your block, and then you connect it to your power wire. I've got it rigged up to where it just comes on with the key. I was worried about the battery dying. I've had it happen before, but when you turn the key on, they flash, and I've got it set to purple, and I think that looks pretty sick. It's probably hard to see because it's a GoPro, but I got this little guy back here at the tail, and then it's running all the way down the sides. Honestly, that's pretty sick. I'm gonna start it up just to see what it looks like with the headlight on. Oh yeah, that looks sick. This video probably is not doing it any justice, but it looks dope. I'm pretty excited about that. So, this thing is just getting cooler and cooler all the time. When you turn it off, the lights turn off. Perfect. It's not killing the battery. There's no chance of it killing the battery. I'm happy with that. What's up? I'm changing the headlight on a Grom today. Let's take a look. I've got the 22. That's not a super popular model. I like it though. It's starting to come together the way I want. But I don't like the headlight. I've already taken it off, but my son has a 25 and it's the same headlight. There's a bolt here and a bolt here on both sides. Unbolt those and the whole headlight comes off. Super simple. Let's open the box and check this thing out. Alright, got a packing list. It's not really instructions, so you just have to figure it out. It's not that bad. I've already mocked it up. Bag of hardware, There's a couple bolts over there that are also supposed to be in this bag, but like I said, I've already mocked it up. And I went to Lowe's for the smaller bolts, and I went to Ace for the bigger bolts, just because I was already in town where there's an Ace. We don't have one here in Republic. Won't be needing this. You also have to, on the 22 and up, have to have a conversion harness. It's not here yet, but it'll be here in a couple days, and we'll finish that. And it takes the confusing plug from back here and turns it into an H4. I'll finish the video once I'm done with that. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and mock it up and get it ready. It's supposed to rain for the next few days, so I don't really care if I ride it or not. It's also not illegal to ride in the daytime without a headlight. I just don't like to. It comes with these flush mount turn signals that I'm not using at the moment, and I probably will later. Right now, I'm just going to set this up to where I can use it. I already have flush mounts set up where the factory ones come out. When it's not so a million degrees outside here in Missouri, I'm going to make some better mounting brackets where I can use these instead of the other ones. I think these look cooler, but for now, I'm using the holes for that for the actual headlight. Side 1, side 2, I got the Amazon Monster Eye. It was like 55 bucks. Not bad. It looks good. I haven't turned it on yet, so I don't know how bright it is. I'm sure it's super bright. I'm sure it works just fine. But we'll find out once I get that conversion for the H4. For now, this is what we got. What I did to mount this for now, quickly, I took the bracket off the back of the headlight. On the back of your headlight, there's going to be these areas, right? And there's going to be brackets like this on each side. These brackets attach it to the brackets on the bike. Now, there's a couple of Allens that hold these in these holes. I just took those out. Okay? Pretty easy, not a big deal. I switched sides. So I took the one from the left side and I put it on the right side. So it would make my mount points a little higher, because these are my mount points now. These are my mount points now. And if I put them on the same side, they would drop here. And I wanted them higher for my center point. I'm going to be mounting the light brackets through this bottom. I know it's hard to see because it's like black on black, but so this bracket is flipped. This goes on the other side from the factory. Flip it upside down, bolt it in exactly where it bolts in from your headlight. Your new bolts will go through this bottom hole, at least if you're setting it up like I'm doing. If you don't like the way I'm doing it, you can totally figure out how to mount it yourself. That's fine. This is gonna work for me. I don't really care, I guess. It's not like it's gonna fall off, so make sure you're using Loctite on everything. I'll have to go get some more Loctite because I'm out. So I'm gonna mount this back on. I took this off for demonstration. Again, before I go on any crazy rides, I'm gonna take all this back off and Loctite it. I ran out during my Integra engine build. What I did to make it look a little better, so I took one of these Allen bolts, I went to Lowe's and I matched the thread pitch and I just made it long so I could mount this with no problems. It doesn't really matter how long it is, you just want it long enough to be able to go through this. If it goes through here, whatever, you're never going to see it anyway. But then I had some black fender dress up bolts, whatever, just makes it look a little better and it keeps the head from falling into the hole. So I'm going to start this, kind of just get this going a little bit closer. I bought really long ones. You don't have to buy them as long. I'm mounting through where the turn signal goes. So the new turn signal that comes with this sits in this giant hole and it's pretty flush. I think it's cool looking, but I can't run it till I mount a better plate for these two outer holes. Your headlight's supposed to mount in this hole that I'm using right now. Whatever, we'll figure it out later. I just want a new headlight. So put your spacer in. And then you should still be able to position your headlight up and down whenever it's plugged in, and you can see where the beam goes. But I like this a lot better. Again, it's kind of a ghetto solution for now, but I will be fixing it probably this fall when it's not a million degrees out here. I like this look a lot better. Doesn't look like such a cyclops. Alright, got my Wicked Grom wiring conversion. This is what was in the box. We got the actual plug, and we got a couple of stickers. They're pretty cool. I like stickers. Makes me feel like I got something. Anyway, I'm gonna open this up real quick. This is pretty simple looking. I don't really know what plugs are into what, but they seem to have gotten it down to where it works for this. So we're gonna plug it in and check it out. This will just be a test fit. I'll hide all the wires once I figure out if this is indeed working the way I need it to or not. Not yet sure what this extra wire is on the headlight end of things, but alright, there's that. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Yep. There's low. There's high. Turns off with the off. I'm not sure what this extra wire is, to be honest with you. I probably won't look it up because I don't care that much, but I will be hiding this behind all that, tucking it away, and we are done with this install.